In the olden days, when we were just a bristle on the old nuts, a little studio called Rare was the apple of everyone's eye. It was fluffy, it was cute, and it was sometimes slimy, creating icons like Battletoad, Banjo and Kazooie, GoldenEye, and they were even behind the Donkey Kong game.
Hop in.
But Rare grew up too fast. Way before the big bang of the teen era of gaming, they made Conker Bad Fur Day with this little squirrel called Conker. And in respect to Conker, through this video, we're going to be hitting the juice. So, Conker was brewed through beer and other things, but was a complete, utter failure. Oh, this juice has hit me. But he was born through a cult following and turned into an icon and a cult classic. And after so many years, we had a Morty, a Mouth, and even a Shameless. And I think it's time for a Conker sequel. Welcome back to the Mumbling Gamer. On today's Mumble, we're going to be mumbling about a Conker 2, another bad day, some may say. We're going to look at what this game should look like, what the story will be, what will the concept be, and would it be actually good? And after years, we've had a Morty, a Mouth, and even a Shameless, so it's finally time for a Conker sequel. To make a sequel, we need to start with a concept. Even though Conker Cult Classic Standards comes from, well, a lot of different things, but you could say one of them is the choice of references. Alien, Matrix, Saving Private Ryan, even Star Wars. There's so many iconic film references here that has aged like a fine retro wine. In many ways, Another Bad Day needs that feeling, and there's already a concept in place way back in the year of 2001, starting with Conker being a terrible king to, no surprise, being jailed and sad about the death of his missus. She would return in this game as a Terminator and try and kill Conker, most likely due to this guy, building her into a Baronator of sorts.
Where did he go?
Even though for 2001 standards of storytelling this sounds, well, great, but we now live in 2024. We've seen Citadels die, 5 chicken fights, a gay fish, and even some jobs taken. If a Conker game was made in 2024, it would need to be different, but the same, but still different. This means Conker Another Bad Fur Day concept is set around 2 things: time travel and the multiverse. And no, I haven't been hitting the juice too hard, so don't be hitting that dislike button just yet for me saying the N-word. If you think about it, Conker could be one of the best characters to have a game about the multiverse in. Just think about it for a minute, and how many variations of this character we have seen over the long years of Conker's lifespan. This character is the first part of the new Rareverse, which has so many beloved games now locked in a pirate chest somewhere, but it's possible through Conker Another Bad Fur Day we could see the return of Banjo and Kazooie, as they're not really doing much after Smash. Even Are You Ready for Some Butcher Names cameo and the Pinatas can make an appearance, making the furry orange squirrel the Deadpool of the Rare universe. That's not all though, as other Conkers will make an appearance. Cute Conker could make an appearance. This mess could make an appearance.
We worked with Rare and came up with the idea of using Young Conker.
And then there's Racing Conker and even Young Conker. This character is a messed up little guy who has had a little messed up life, like us all. Seeing him react to different versions could work pretty well. Taking inspiration from Deadpool Kills the Universe, it opens up a lot of different possible references as well down the line.
Oh. What?
Okay. And now with the concept in the books, it's story time with the Mumbling Gamer, baby. And to do this, we need some more no-no juice.
Right. Whose round is it?
Have you ever had so much juice one night and woke up the next day feeling like you've been through a blinder? Well, you need to join the Mumbling Gamer Patreon. That is a proven way to help with juicing headaches. Just become a member and your juicing will peel away like brain freeze melting. Disclaimer, the Mumbling Gamer Patreon does not solve juicing, blinders, headaches or hungovers, and will have no limits on how much juice you have. The only thing Mumbling Gamer can provide is a good time. Actually, that can be subjective. Thought you said it would help me. My head!
I'm there again.
Instead of Conker being kicked off the throne and put in jail, we're going to take a 360. We're going to see Conker in his prime kingship and doing an actual okay job, working with different things and kind of having a happy life. But still, he likes to hit that juice once in a while, and the day he takes a day off for his favourite cocktail, Banjo Ball Juice,
It's like an explosion of fruit. There it is.
his advisor comes into the scene, saying that he has to marry a princess of the White Porkers to form an alliance. Conker denies this as he only has eyes for his dead girlfriend, Berry. We cut to the ruler of the White Porkers. Are we sure we're sticking with that name, White Porkers? Okay. Oh, alright, great. We see the White Porkers talking to each other about this arrangement with something dark speaking to them, but you can only see glowing yellow eyes, with it saying, "Conker's kingdom is powerful and will one day attack us. We should act." Also a deep cut, we have Wizpig in the background. Maybe he's a jester and the brother of the White Porker Queen. Yeah, I did my research. This leads to the White Porkers attacking the kingdom of Conker. We go through the kingdom, fighting the Porkers, kicking ladders down, storming the bridge on Fangy alongside Rodent the Squirrel and Sunflower. Lord of the Rings style, baby, leading to the fight with the king of the White Porkers. This is the first boss fight of the whole game. In the end, Conker has the White Walkers on the ropes, but we cut to a sneaky voice taking aim and shoots a ray gun at Conker, blowing him up into 1,000,000 pixels.
Oh, charming.
And Conker wakes up to Death, saying, "Looks like you've gone and done it this time." Death continues, "Like you're gone and done it now." But his brother almost appears from behind him. That's not the plan there, Death. He might have another day." Death walks off annoyed.
Bloody undead.
His brother Almost Death says to Conker, "He may have another chance. I am Almost Death, you know, when you die and go to that game over screen. I am the respawn to that level. Ha ha ha." This is where we reveal the concept around Conker Another Bad Fur Day. Near Death explains that he has to go through the multiverse and kill all the other variations of Conker to bring back all his pixels to come back to his timeline. Conker agrees to this, but not to come back alive, instead as a way to bring back Berry. This starts our journey out of the original world of Conker into Conker's past.
I'm going on an adventure.
The cute little Conker where it all began. So Conker agrees, but is suddenly stabbed from behind by Death and wakes up in the first day of Conker.
Red fur.
Okay, pour your best juice into your best mug, mine's a Final Space mug, if you want to know, and sit back and get ready for part 1. Or level 1, depending how you want to do it. Yeah, level 1. Let's go with level 1. Level 1. We land in a weirdly remade Donkey Kong Kart game in a Conkers tone, as they can't use the original for obvious reasons. We see the once cute Conker is now bald and driving a Challenger. Yeah, we're in a Fast and Furious reference, baby. The first level involves building your own car to race in the Nuts and All Rally, like the name, came up with it myself, paying homage to the last Banjo-Kazooie and the OCG through the level. It stands for Original Conker Game, as it's Donkey Kong Kart, you get it, you're right?
Surely it can't get any worse than that.
With this little level, it'll be split into different sections where we get different parts for the carts who build the Nutter Kart, the Raremobile. Okay, I can't think of a name. Can you think of a name for Conker Kart? Comment below and remember to subscribe. This means we need 3 sub-areas to get these parts in no particular order. We have the Dill Low for the steering wheel. It's never mentioned what this thing actually is, but it's pink and it is long. Where would you find a thing like this? Well, no other than a D&D bar. This creates a kind of D&D level where you get to fight different things and also dragons in a D&D kind of atmosphere to get the D.
That's what she said.
Next, we have the tyres. We need something tough, like old tyres, and where could we find something as tough as this? Well, the only place we could go to is the retirement home, where we see some old retired racers. We need a monkey that definitely isn't Donkey Kong. Drumstick, the rooster, and Tip Top the turtle do appear in this retirement home. We get mistaken as one of the old biddies and get trapped. Then we find out some secrets of the retirement home. I don't know what it will be at the minute, but it ends up with us fighting the old biddies and somehow turning them into tyres. So we have the tyres, but now we need the base of the car. For the base of this car, we need something hard, that cannot be damaged, that survives anything, not even the darkest depths can destroy it. And I think this one deserves a drum roll. Sweet corn.
Ho, ho, ho.
And that means we need to go to the sweet corn factory.
I think that one's got a bad nut.
Okay, basically it's a slaughter factory, but with the corn being ripped from their torso, and it's set with a horror chainsaw massacre type reference, where we have to fight the Mighty Pooh family. Yeah, the Mighty Pooh is back, and he has a family of Poohs. None of this really adds to much story elements, but seeing just a lot of effed up stuff in the Conker world, isn't that what his Conker heads live for, right?
Oh well. In for a penny, in for a pound, I suppose.
Then we have the Bald Conker versus, to stop confusion through this whole video, King Conker. This being a race to the death. The first round is a sprint, the second a classic car battle, and then at the start of the third, King Conker says F this and runs over Bald Conker. In his final words he says, "This is just the beginning, you will meet the family." Bald Conker gives some sarky comment and dies. This leads to the second level, but how do we get to this level, I hear or you ask? Brother Near Death appears in a ghost form, a conversation rises asking how are you? Him saying, "I'm deathish, I'm timeless, baby," but you are not, you need to get to the future. Yeah, we're going down a Back to the Future reference. We have a Doc that is actually a spanner but with grey hair, and it's a bit crazy. Then we have a car that needs to be turned into a time machine and go back to the future. This area may have been a bit too car-y for many people, but then you look at Conkers and even Banjo's past, cars have been a massive part of it, so it makes sense to pay homage to that. But the cars have ended, and it's time for Back to the Future. We go through time and see many different realities, but one of them stands out. Conker sees him reuniting with Barry, and this may come up later, maybe, I'm not sure. It might do, I don't know. And then at the first Conker, we cut back to the villain. This being King White Porker, as he is talking to someone who is telling him that the Conker is alive and living through history. He somehow knows everything what has been happening, and to pay tribute to the original, we are getting a Terminator reference as the mystery voice introduces a weapon that can travel through time to kill King Conker. This is going to be King Panther the Terminator. In the original concept for this sequel, it was going to be the Baronator, but this is my sequel and I have plans for Barry. This leads to the level 2 or chapter 2, where we go into the future and see Conker's many bad fur days.
You won't get back to the future and we'll have a major paradox.
And we see, actually what do we see? It needs to be not as cute as a puppy, but cuter than a money bag. Okay, we see a cute little apple bopping around with his little eyes. And fuck it, it's in Viva Pinata Land. Yeah, we're diving into Viva Pinata Land. But Conker falls out the sky and crushes this apple as we enter the future. In the original Conker game, we had the way of just really randomly transforming into something different, into a different area, what we kind of did through Cars Parts, but we want to double down on this on the other levels. As we land in a sort of Viva Pinata Land, we need to find information on the Conker of this world. We find out in this world, Conker is actually in space, rolling over the Viva Pinata world.
That's what she said. That's what who said. I never know.
This leads to us going through a space station, fighting, trying to steal a ship. We fight through, seeing loads of space references and maybe a character or two. As we also head through the space prison. This leads us to Emperor Conker. Yeah, we're doing Star Wars references. Cue the musical number, what sounds a little bit like this. Yo! The crazy thing about Emperor Conker though is that it's young Conker from the effed up trailer, and he has a pet. It turns out to be Project Spark Conker. It's all coming together, people. We beat Emperor Conker and his pet by saying this. This is conquering! Kicking him down a shaft like from 300 if you don't know the reference. What ends in the destruction of the the Death Nut. Ending in King Conker floating through space, contemplating death, but is saved by a mystery that will be explained in the next level. This ends chapter 2 or whatever you want to call it, but we've killed all the Conkers, the past and the future, so shouldn't we be back in our timeline, right?
Citadel or Ricks, the secret.
You want references? I'll give you a whole level of references. Some may say this is a reference to Rick and Morty, but that little old man and that little kid can rot in the 5th grade, as this Citadel is a reference to Mr. Fantastic's Fantastic Four, Citadel Richards? Citadel Richards. Oh, I need a refill of my storage juice. There is lights everywhere. Conker wakes up and struggles to see. His vision breaks and he sees more Conkers than your mum gobbled up in her lifetime. Oh, I need to calm down this juice. We have the Mighty Pooh Conker, Conker made out of code, Ted Conker, Bee Conker, Banjo Conker, and last but not least Tool Conker, and many more. Imagine a whole room full of Conkers. There's a joke there, but I'm not going that low.
Come again? That's what she said? Okay. I don't know what you're talking about. If I may.
Conker is threatened due to breaking the Conker law, killing another Conker. 2 hench Conkers try to take Conker away. God, I've said Conker too many times. Anyway, when all this is happening, we get the Terminator entrance of King Panther. We get the theme music and everything. Ba-dum bum ba-dum. Ba-dum bum ba-dum. Any Kenny Omega fans out there? This being the entrance of King Panther Terminator, confused by all the Conkers, so goes on a complete rampage, killing everything. King Conker runs for it and needs to escape and has to fight multiple Conkers on his way out. But in the end, you have to fight Terminator Conker, killing him. But he explodes. The king, I'm sick of saying Conker, is teleported back to his timeline, as all the other Conkers have died. Ooh, top up my dum-dum fuel, it's time for level 4. Conker lands on his throne. No, that doesn't make sense. Conker lands in the middle of the battle. No, that still doesn't make sense. Ooh, I've got it. Conker lands where he originally died, but everything has changed. Time has passed, and things have not gone the way he wanted. He's also wearing King Panther's head just for safekeeping. Conker, however, didn't land in the same time, but in the not far distant future, where his kingdom has fell to the White Porkers, and he lands in front of a statue of that Professor von Kripspeck. I can't say his name, and yeah, you know what reference this is going to be.
Oh, maniac! You blew it up! Oh, damn you! God damn you all to hell!
Kripspeck? Sauerkraut, I'm going to call him Professor Sauerkraut, that's what I'm calling it, has pulled a Darth Sidious, and like in the new trilogy, has taken over all the whole story right at the end. And in the end, we have to fight Darth Sauerkraut. But before that, how do we get there? Well, obviously we join a White Porker mix of Conker Empire Rebellion. Conker gets up all bravehearted up, we fight in a war against the White Porkers, leading up to our final battle with the Sauerkraut. Yep, I'm going with Sauerkraut. We end up in a boss room, we fight Sauerkraut and defeat him, with Sauerkraut saying how he can jump through dimensions through using this gun he made. What thought would take Conker completely out the universe and not respawn. It's a fourth wall break. I kinda like it. Conker kills the professor and celebration begins with his body still on the floor with the gun. Conker takes it for himself, hinting at a possible third game. Did we do a Ratchet & Clank thing? Yeah, we did the Ratchet & Clank thing. Do you think somehow we have this Sauerkraut professor as a backpack in the next game? Yes, but that's another video.
Now that's what I call a bowel movement. So what can you do in this game?
Before we start this section, I don't think Rare should make this game. I think it should be given for Toys for Bob, as they've shown they can do amazing platformers, and I think a lot of different IPs from the past of Rare should be given to Toys for Bob if the relationship between Xbox and Toys for Bob continues, as I just think that could be just an amazing thing to happen. We also have that Psychonauts developer, what's spiraling over there, who make some, perfect platformers. So it makes a lot of sense that Rare kind of give these IPs to other studios and Xbox what probably aren't doing anything apart from helping develop shit. With the story out of the way, what sounds great by the way, remember, if you like the story and everything, remember to like and subscribe for future mumbles. But before the ending of this video, we need to talk about the gameplay. Conker obviously needs to be a 3D platformer, even though they're not really the same these days, but the original Conker kind of fixed these with different elements with massive references throughout the game and a different amount of areas what could be introduced. What I suppose is a kind of inspiration behind Psychonauts, what was a brilliant game that is really underrated. Mix this with a good mix of different combat through the game, introducing a car play, some first person elements, horror elements, and a lot of other stuff. All this could ramp up to what could be a very, 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 very decent game.
Right. I think it's time to leave this place. Getting a bit noisy.
So what did you think of my concept and story gameplay for Conker 2? Would you play it? And what references would you include? If you got this far in the video, remember put mumble down in the comments, like and subscribe for future mumbles, and I will see you on the next mumble.